All right, Black Power, y'all. We're in the house. Y'all know what time it is. It's gonna be some heavy smoke tonight. Gonna be some heavy smoke tonight. Straight up. Y'all know what time it is. KingSeti.com online marketplace. Official General Sara, Seti DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, art and home decor for the family that's trying to change their home into the African temple that they always wanted. KingSeti.com. I'm guaranteeing you, we got something over there that you're gonna love. Get on over there, family. Y'all know what time it is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Got to drop it all. We're gonna have a Naga News Network special alert tonight. We got the Naga News Network special alert tonight. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, the official, the most powerful website that the general got out there. You see what I'm saying? Over 800 videos and lectures of every subject dealing with the African experience, the making of the white man, the black woman is God, ancient Egypt, Ethiopia, India, black power, politics, and economics. We got a heavy, heavy class coming this next month. Next month, the complete ancient Egyptian studies. We starting this year. Gonna be dropping everything ancient Egypt from the gas perspective, global African supremacy. We ain't just dropping no facts, we dropping the acts. So you got to get on over there, family. And of course, that's generalseti.com, Seti University. We also got Rise of the Neanderthals over there. These are just a couple subjects. And so we highlighting today because on top of the ancient Egyptian complete studies and the rise of the Neanderthals, you got over 800 videos and subjects dealing with the African experience. So these are just two major subjects. So you most definitely need to get on over there, family. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, guaranteed to get you together. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna be binging on it, like goddamn Netflix. To the family out there, Patreon, my Patreon, General Sara Seti. You know, we just dropped the Omex Voyages of the Nile, you know, General Seti TicketLeap.com. But if you was on my Patreon and you was in the advanced and the graduate tier, you got a chance to see it for free. And it was all that. It wasn't nothing but fire. You understand? I'm gonna put something up. It's enough fire. I can take a piece of it. I'll take a piece of it and go to work tonight when I dealing with the mythical land of Mu tonight. Got to go into them, family. You see, but tonight on this particular live stream, we're gonna be dealing with the Mardi Gras, the Klux Klan. See, we're gonna be dealing with the Klux Klan tonight. You know, and I know it's gonna hurt. I know it's gonna hurt. I know it's gonna hurt, and it's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to hurt, because especially if you don't know what the hell you dealing with, you gonna know tonight. You know, and so my thing is to stay heavy on these hella days. You see, stay heavy on these hella days, because this is where the majority of our people, they just fall all in, and can't even get out. It's the quicksand of the soul. You know what I'm saying? It's the quicksand of the soul. Niggas fall in. We like to party. You understand what I'm saying? And then you get all drunk and high and shit, and then anything goes. You ain't trying to be critical about nothing. You ain't trying to be critical about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Anything goes. And so this is really what this is all about. And when I start, all the holidays, ain't nothing holy about them. Holy, if you spell it, WHOLLE or LLY, It was holy, full of goddamn holes. But then, you know what I'm saying? If you talking about divine, you can miss me with that. You see? Because studying the occult, studying the mysteries, I'm a master symbologist, and so once I get on something, I'm on it. And so I just start peeling back, the veil of Mardi Gras, which is, it started in Mobile, Alabama, but then, it 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 uh it went on over to New Orleans, where it became more popular. It became more popular. And what people got to understand that, when you're dealing with Mardi Gras, you're dealing with a carnival, you're dealing with a masquerade, and we're going to get off deep off into that. And a lot of these people, they know what it is. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of niggas just don't reveal the fact, and that's why we got to drop this axe on their ass. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't know, but I'm quite sure after a while, you feel me? You get to seeing shit. You ain't, you ain't unaware of what you seeing. You see? And so now let's deal with some things. Let's just jump right on into it, start slanging. Now, one of the oldest crews, and crews is, I guess that's, your little clique, your little organization that, you affiliated with. They refer to them as crews, you see? And I say to myself, wait a minute. Let me make sure my monitor is moved. Okay. Make sure my monitor up there. Okay, we good. Got to make sure, because they might try to pull the general off, And so, being, like I say, dealing with the occult and dealing with symbology and things of that nature. I started, and I looked at I was looking at Mardi Gras, and then, I say, damn, I started and I see mystic, and mystic always, when I hear that term mystic, that always bring me to the Freemasonry. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a term that is highly used in Freemasonry, mystic. And then it also threw me off that they spelled it with a K. They put the K on it. Now that's just like magic, when they spell it with a K. You see, that's that Alex de Crowley, but this very well was before Alex de Crowley. You understand what I'm saying? But when, if you see magic and you see we got that goddamn K on the end, that lets you know that's somebody affiliated with old Alex de Crowley. You see what I'm saying? Because he was the one that coined that term. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these niggas out here is affiliated with Alex de Crowley, with his sick ass. You see what I'm saying? A very sick individual. His mama called him the beast. God damn, when your mama call you the beast, you can just throw in the towel. You see what I'm saying? Just throw in the goddamn towel. And so, I was looking and, another thing when I say, damn, even crew. I say, damn, even crew is spelled with a K. I say, wait a minute, wait a minute. There's some symbolisms that's happening here. You see what I'm saying? There's some symbolisms here happening here. So now, the oldest crew is the crew of Comus. Okay, the mystic crew of Comus, founded in 1856, is a New Orleans, Louisiana carnival crew. It is the oldest continuous organization of New Orleans Mardi Gras festivities. Prior to the advent of Comus, carnival celebrations in New Orleans were mostly confined to the Roman Catholic Creole community, and parades were irregular and often very informally organized. Now, so when the crew of Comus came on the scene, this is where you start, it become more organized. You see the parade, you see a lot of the floats and shit. And of course, yeah, some, it's a Catholic, it's mixed with Catholicism. You know what I'm saying? There's some other things there too, but it's mixed with Catholicism, you see, and a whole lot of other shit. But when the crew of Combs came, you getting this overt Masonic Freemason overtone. You understand what I'm saying? And so, three of the secret founders of the mystic crew of Combs were Albert Pike, and a lot of people don't know about old Albert. He was one of the heavyweights in Freemasonry. The Scottish Rite of the Southern jurisdiction, which means, in the South. And so he was a heavyweight Confederate, deep off into, the slave trade. And also Judah Benjamin. Okay, here we go. We talking about the secret relationships between black and Jews. Okay, and old Judah, who was a Jew, he was heavy in the Confederate also, in the cabinet. He was in the cabinet. What's this guy's name? Wait a minute, I didn't have to go down like that. I think his name was Jackson. We're going to get off into it. Jefferson Davis. He was the Confederate president. You understand what I'm saying? He was the Confederate. So under Jefferson Davis, Judah Benjamin was the Secretary of Treasury, Secretary of War. He was he held 4 different positions during the Civil War, when the South receded. And so, Albert Pike and Judah Benjamin are 2 of the secret founders of the mystic crew of Combs. Okay? Now, let's deal with this. Who was Albert Pike? A lot of people don't know about old Albert. Okay? They say pioneer, explorer, Confederate general. He rewrote the rituals of the Southern jurisdiction of the Scottish Rite bodies outlined in a book called Morals and Dogma. I looked it up in one of the Freemason books, and it asked the question, who's the greatest Freemason? And Albert Pike, they answered Albert Pike. You see? And so Albert Pike held the office of Chief Justice of the KKK. Now, listen to me now. While he was simultaneously sovereign grand commander of the Scottish Rite of Masonry. So he was the Chief Justice of the KKK while he was simultaneously sovereign grand commander of the Scottish Rite of Masonry in the Southern jurisdiction. Okay? It says Klansmen in white sheets represented ghosts of dead Confederate soldiers who died in the U.S. Civil War. Okay? And so, this guy, this old decrepit looking ass Cro-Magnon Neanderthal, who was one of the chief Confederates, heavyweight Confederate, along with old Judah Benjamin, old Judah. He's and we talk about, old Judah. You see, he was a United States Senator from Louisiana, Attorney General, Secretary of War, Secretary of State in the cabinet of Jefferson Davis. Okay? So he held all these positions. Now, I believe this is one of old Judah's houses down in Louisiana. This is another one of his houses in Louisiana, in New Orleans. You see? It's a monument to old Judah outside the public library, Belle Chase, Louisiana. You see? And so even when they broke away, the South receded, and he was the Secretary of Treasury. You see, he put his motherfucking face on the money. You understand what I'm put his old ugly ass face on the money? Old Judah. You see? And so when you look at this, this is a picture of his cabinet, old Jefferson Davis. And that motherfucker, they pardoned that motherfucker at the, he did a little time, but they let him go. You see? you can fucking, and Albert Pike. Albert Pike was locked up for treason, and they pardoned all them motherfuckers. Pardon all they ass. What kind of shit is that? Nigga, you do something, your ass is going to the chair. Your ass going to the chair. Ain't gonna be no pardon. So we already established that, because this is gonna be, when you understand these things, when you see what you see, it's gonna become so apparent of what it is. You see? And so we already went over that he was the sovereign grand commander. Now he's buried in DC. And if you go up there to the Scottish Rite temple in Washington, DC, his tomb is inside of that structure. His tomb is inside of the temple, the Scottish Rite temple in DC. And he has a statue in DC. He was the only Confederate to have a statue in DC. The only Confederate. That show you the power of the man. You see? That show you the power of the man. And so now we starting to understand some things. The fact that Albert Pike was the sovereign grand commander of the Scottish Rite Masonry. You understand what I'm saying? And he was with the KKK. See, this is where you get the K in Mystic. You see, this is where you get the K in Crew. It alludes to the KKK. It alludes to the KKK. Crew. You see, now sometimes the Klan will use the KL. Like, they call they book of laws the Chloran. Just like, Koran, they call it Chloran. But it would have been too obvious to put the L, and I don't think you could come up with a word out of that, so they just put the K. They replaced the, and put the just, replace the C with the K, to come up with crew. You see? So it wouldn't be so obvious. Now, I believe this is the statue that was in DC. Now I know, goddamn it, they pulled it down. I believe they pulled it down, during all these, these riots and shit. I believe they pulled it down. I don't know if they put it back up or not. I doubt it very seriously. But even back then, you can see they didn't put the Klan hood on top of him, just so you know who he is. Excuse me. Now, so when we start talking about Mardi Gras, now, you talking about a Confederate carnival and masquerade. But even in them terms right there, carnival and masquerade, it's gonna blow your damn mind at what you're dealing with. Because a lot of people just don't know. They just show up with the mask, and the people think a carnival is, you see with the carnival wheel and, candy popcorn and all that shit, and, cotton candy and shit and, teddy bears and shit and all that. No, we're going to deal with the truth of it tonight. And so you see right here, this is a musical. It's called The Mystic Crew. You understand? Just like you got the Mystic Crew of commas, and you got these motherfuckers up here, the Mystic Crew, and you see them up there with the Klan hoods on, with the masks. You see the Klan hoods, and this was I don't know when this was written. This was in the 1800s. And the song is called Mystic Crew March. You see what I'm saying? And this was copyrighted. It was in the 1800s or the early 1900s. I don't know which one it is. And so again, we see here the Mystic Crew of Comas. And so here you see where then when they, to lay claim to something, they put the KL on it, Chloran. And so this was their book of rules and regulations. But, that would have been too obvious for him to put the KL on, and probably couldn't get the word to turn out right. No way. You see? And so now we're going to deal with some things, especially if y'all done went down there. You know what I'm saying? To the sick little carnival. We're all perverted, decrepit ass, indecent motherfuckers, and then you say, well, some good one, motherfucker. If you could go out there with them decrepit, immoral, low scum of the goddamn earth, and all the shit that go on, but see, you won't say it's going on. But it's going on. And it's been going on from goddamn day one. I don't want nobody to say, oh, it was just, no. It been that goddamn way. So what you looking at right here is this is when you see him on the horse. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is vintage Klan shit right here. This is vintage Klan shit. And so you see, this is what you call a captain. This is a captain. He got the motherfucking mask on, and he on his horse and shit. You know what I'm saying? But they put a couple of little rhinestones on him. You know what I'm saying? So he look a little, And so when you see the Klan on the horse, and you see the mask and shit, you see exactly what it is. And so now when we start talking about old Albert Pike, who was also, Chief Justice of the Klan, and a lot of people understand that the Klan was a Masonic order. It was a Masonic order also. You see what I'm saying? The Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. You see what I'm saying? So they was also Freemasons. Again, you seeing here the mask, the horse. And so to the left, you see one of the Ku Klux Klan, and to the right, you see one of the Ku Klux Klan down there in Mardi Gras, which they call the captains. You see? And so now how is it that we see? Now, I don't want to disrespect, nigga, but I can't give you no goddamn points either. You know what I'm saying? Because, I don't give a goddamn, nigga. You ain't supposed to be walking no cracker horse for nothing. You know what I'm saying? We already know what that looked like. You see? And so, we got to say what it is. And, hopefully the family, if they heart hurt because they see some shit, maybe, they'll wake up. Because we can't go light on you. No. Not gonna go light on you. You see? You ain't supposed to be walking no Cro-Magnon Neanderthal horse like that. We already know what that is. And so you see right there, that's vintage. You know what I'm saying? That's vintage. And when you compare it, you know exactly what it is. And so we take it all the way back, and we to the Klan. We take it back to the fact that the founders of the crew of Comas and the other crews, and even to this day, not only was the Klan Freemasonry, Masonic, also when these crews that's down there in New Orleans, the city government have been petitioning for these crews to release the membership. They don't even, what I'm saying? They memberships is secret, you see? And even to this day, a lot of them have fought not to release the membership of the crew, you see? Now, that's very powerful. And then they do not let niggers into the ball. Now, that's something else that the crews come. They had a little ball, and I see them, and you see nothing but little masked up Cro-Magnon Neanderthals. They don't want you in there, and I seen not too long ago where they did a video. You had a couple of workers in there. I don't know what their ass must have been way in the back somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But they do not allow them in, and so just very recently I seen videos where people was revealing information on how racist they is. Here again, you see another family member out there walking the horse and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not a good look at all. Not a good look at all. You know what I'm saying? And so now another thing, because we're gonna get off into the carnival and the masquerade, and a lot of people that uh, you know, don't know how to break that terminology down because it's hurt when I do that. Because you probably was out there. You didn't know. I know you didn't know. But you're going to know now. You're going to know today, nigga. So I better not catch you out there again because you ain't going to get a second chance. I'm on, I got you. And so now, having many floats that come down the streets, you got what they call, this one is called the Crew of Rex Santanelia float. Rolls on St. Charles Avenue on Tuesday. This was back in 2017. They still floating it. They got the little flowers and shit in his head. This is Santanelia. Now, Santanelia was a Roman festival right around December. It's starting around, I believe, around December 17th. And it extended up until maybe December 23rd, something up in there. You know what I'm saying? And it was, one of their major festivals of celebration. And it's the mother of what you want to call carnival. You know what I'm saying? It is the mother of all carnival celebrations. And what go on in carnival, we'll get down to that. It's a very perverted, very deplorable activities. You know what I'm saying? Very deplorable. Now, when we look at the term carnival, you see, and you see inside of carnival is a term cardinal, okay, which is relating to physical, especially sexual needs and activities. Okay, and so right there, when you look at carnival, motherfucker never even went into it to see what the fuck this shit is about. You see, so already, so when you look down at the synonyms from carnal, I just look at, some of the, I like the term lewd. Use a lewd motherfucker. Salacious and coarse, gross. You see what I'm saying? So I had to go in there to really show motherfuckers what it gross. You see? Gross. Salacious. That's like a motherfucker, nigga, they done threw a charge on your ass. Nigga, you salacious. Nigga, that's a charge. You see? And lewd, and, of course, we see erotic and so on and so forth. But I had to get off into that. Because we're going to be dealing with this Comus. Who this, they say the mystic crew of Comus. And so I said, well, who the hell is this Comus? And so he was a god of festivities, revels, and nocturnal delancers, okay? Delancers, okay? In which, that's like a one night stand type of shit where you come to the carnival, motherfucker, all, doing all type of crazy shit. He is a son and a cupbearer of the god Dionysus. Okay, so now when you're looking at Comus, Comus is very similar to the Baby New Year. With the wine, and he's baby Bacchus, and he's a form of Eros. You know what I'm saying? He's also a form of Eros. Comus represents anarchy and chaos. So you see, we getting down to some shit. You already got perverted sexual activities going on. You just perverted. That's one they should just pervert it. You understand? Deplorable. You understand? Gross, coarse, and salacious. You see what I'm saying? And so now you understand. And during his festivals in ancient Greece, men and women exchange clothes. Now, so you motherfuckers out there cross-dressing. You see, that's one of the things. And so that's always been a part of the carnival, and so that's really one of the reasons, because when you start talking about, Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween and all of those are carnival at its base. And so that's why many of the Christians You know, the Puritans banned Christmas and shit, you know, in the early in early America and even in Britain. They banned Christmas because that was the basis of the Christmas celebration was carnival. They put on the mask and shit. It was a masquerade. So, you know, the carnival is in many essence also a masquerade. And we're going to get down to that. You see? Now, when you start looking at the term, now we see queer. Now, a lot of people don't talk about the queer. You understand what I'm saying? They trying to get on. They trying to get on you for using certain words. You know, but I'm all right. You know, I can still crack your ass and put that axe in your goddamn back without a problem. And so when you look at mass queer, see, you don't understand the mass queer raid. You see what I'm saying? The mass queer. And so, you know, within that it is revealing some because and so is carnival. You see, there's some queer shit going on. And that's really why they put on the mask. You understand what I'm saying? To put on the mask because it's so goddamn gross and it's so coarse in a lot of their activities that motherfuckers don't want to be known. You see what I'm saying? So when you put queer up there, you see, number one, strange, odd. Number two, often offensive. But since they put it up themselves, it ain't too offensive. You understand? They just put up some advertisement on, of a person homosexual. That's what it say. This is what it say. You see what I'm saying? So when you're at the masquerade, the masquerade, you understand? You know what you're dealing with. You at the carnival. You understand what I'm saying? And within the carnival is some gross, salacious shit going on. And so I just had to break that down when you down there at the so-called Mardi Gras. You see? And so we see lewd, we say lewd. What is the definition of lewd? It says cruel and offensive in a sexual way. Salacious, having or conveying undue or inappropriate interest in sexual matters. Okay? Having or conveying undue or inappropriate, you just forcing yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And it's almost like, almost saying rape in many instances. And so when you're talking about, this is Saturnalia, which was spring break on steroids. You see all this, and so this is the float that identifies with Saturnalia. And so ain't no motherfucker, that's what like when Instagram and shit was, what is it, Instagram? When motherfuckers could put the filter on where they had all the little flowers in their head. I say, nigga, y'all get that shit out y'all goddamn head. Niggas flowers and shit. I say, man, what the fuck is wrong with you niggas, man? Y'all niggas supposed to have Timberlands on and ready to nigga stomp these motherfucking Cro-Magnums out. Y'all motherfuckers running around with flip-flops, house shoes, and flowers in your head. I say, man, come on, dog. What the fuck is going on out here? And so you see the fairs back there. You see the hood, you see the mask, you see the fairs, but we're gonna get off into that. Because that's also alluding, and if y'all niggas still out there and you still got them goddamn filters up there with you got flowers, motherfucker, go to them tonight and take them down. And, well, I don't know what no goddamn, you supposed to be a beast, nigga. You supposed to be a silverback gorilla, nigga. You supposed to be, the fuck you doing with some damn tulips in your goddamn ear, nigga? I don't need to say this shit more than once. And so you got the cruel Rex. There's another Lupercalia. They got the wolf out there with the babies right there, right up on where they come from. The true son of a bitch, and y'all don't want, and they say it and they know it and they honor that. You understand what I'm saying? But it's hard for you to accept that. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard for you to accept it. You know what I'm saying? You want, many of you niggas want to be the son of a bitch. Today, you understand what I'm saying? You know, intertwining with the K bitch. Yes, yes. We got to talk about it. It's hard, but we're gonna deal with it. And so you see right here, you see King Bacchus. And this king, I guess this the crew of Bacchus. And you see how they got the little kids down there, and people don't do no research. Don't do no research and shit. And knowing, that this is this is a homosexual deity. You understand? Pedophile deity. And they got the little children out there and shit. And they go on 100. And then they got old Anthony Mackie, and I believe he was from New Orleans, and he's the king. He's the king Bacchus that year. You know what I'm saying? He up there grapes and all that, and little babies on the side. See, we don't understand this shit. We don't study enough. We don't pull back the veil. And even when just like Santa Claus, you niggas just y'all don't say shit. Y'all go right on along with it. And that's why the world is fucked up the way it is, because you niggas don't want you to be anything but a beast, a king, a gorilla, a silverback gorilla. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And so they done broke you niggas out of all, manly activities. You know what I'm saying? And so again, we dealing with and so another one of the carnivals in ancient Rome outside of the Saturnalia in Greece was the Bacchanalia. Okay, where it was, heavy veneration of Bacchus, who was the god of wine and, and all type of, again, it's still carnival. You see him, and they in all these festivals, you will see Pan, and he's the chief god. He's the god of all the lowest nature in existence. You see, he's the god of the lowest nature in existence. If you look all the way to the right down there, you can see, and that's what it means by salacious. When you forcing yourself and shit, and you know what I'm saying? They always got the little children down there and shit. This is the Bacchanalia before a statue of Pan. So he's out there, and I guess this is what they call them, satyrs. You understand? And satyrs. And so you see him out there, and you see he over there. He just gone strong arm. That's what it's about. And then you always see him. Every time you see him, you see him. They strong arming. You know what I'm saying? Strong arming. And so this shit ain't, and so now you know what it is, and you understand his background, and then they bring this lowly nature, and that's why they call him the great god Pan. You see, the great god Pan, and people don't understand that Peter Pan is a version of Pan. You see, he could, he don't have the lower goat extremities, but or the horns, but he is a form of Pan, and so is the Pied Piper. You see what I'm saying? And all of them, what they do, they lead the Lost Boys. You understand? Oh, Peter and the Lost Boys. You understand what I'm saying? The boys. And you listen to him. You know what I'm saying? And old Pied Piper leading the children away from their parents, leading them right on up out of there with that old fake ass music, leading them away from their parents. You know what I'm saying? With that music and shit. You got to be careful. You see, you got to be careful. So you see and Pan is the primordial goat god. It don't matter if it's the Baphomet, it don't matter if it's Lucifer, it don't matter if it's the Freemason goat. It don't matter, all them are the primordial goat god is Pan, and all of those gods and demonic deities is versions of Pan. You see, and you see right there. Now let's deal. I read this about. Did I read this one about Comus? He represents when He's depicted as a yeah, okay, we did with that. Now, this is another form of because Comus is also depicted as a satyr. You see, or a fawn or whatever, a satyr. I believe they call them satyrs. You see what I'm saying? But you can see, and so when you look at this statue of Bacchus, because he's supposedly a son of Dionysius, which is Bacchus. You see him with the grapes, you see him with the lower extremities of a goat, but then sometimes they just show him in straight up anthropomorphic form without the goat legs. And you can see right there, the old Bacchus and Dionysius. You can see right there, we already see what you see. Nigga, I don't have to go off into this shit. You know what I'm saying? The sickness that's going on. That's just like, erotic. We already saying that this is some lewd shit. This some salacious shit. And then you got children involved in this dumbass shit. And so you got all these deities and shit that's shown all throughout the Greek and Roman experience being with children and shit. Zeus and Jupiter, kidnapping young boys and taking them back to Mount Olympus and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the parades and shit coming down, the carnival and the masquerade. This shit is a bunch of sickness. Man, ain't no even, it's a sick Confederate carnival. And black people, we just show up to, and I know motherfuckers be like, man, what the fuck? Ain't no way. Ain't no way you can tell me you ain't seen this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you just have to step back. And so we already did. And so even when you see the mystic crew of Comus, and then you get, you see the Freemason overtone on it. You see, when you say the ancient Egyptian Arabic order, nobles of the mystic shrine. You see, so that mystic is a Freemason, terminology. And so you see right there the fairs. You see the nobles of the mystic shrine. You see the fairs. And and so when you come out here, you see these, they in their Ku Klux Klan attire, have Ku Klux Klan or Ku Klux Klan. You see with the fairs on their head, and you already know about them, them Shriners. You know about them Shriners because they are. Wait a minute, what that one with the? Wait a minute, what that one with? They got there with the chill. They got that symbol. Here you go. Right here. You see? And they always with the children. They always with the babies. You see what I'm saying? And so you got them, you got them coming down the damn parade with some damn, with all these old fruity motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so there's another Freemason overtone with the fairs and the Shriners, the mystic, and the knights of the Ku Klux Klan, and many of the crews down there, is prefixed with knights, the knights of Hermes, the knights of Sparta, and so on and so forth. Now, another thing which I'm gonna come back into now. I'm gonna, family, I got to step to you. And I believe the family is starting to understand things. Because when I dropped it, about 3 years ago, and I gave up the definition of what the term crew is. When you come to Zulu, I don't know if they was officially, I thought they was referred to as the crew of Zulu. Now, I see today is referred to as Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. Now, that's still Freemason in origin. You see what I'm saying? That's still Freemason in origin. And even when you hear that damn and Pleasure Club and all the Social Aid and Pleasure Club, nigga, y'all sticking to the motherfucking themes of the carnival and everything else. And so, but when you look them up, crewofzulu.com. But when you go to their page, it say Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. So, I don't know if they, got the memo that what the general was dropping about the origins of crew And, they went back and, or if they ever was known there, I thought every organization down there was prefixed with crew. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. And so the thing is about the Zulu is that I say, damn, they dress up like Indians. I say, well, goddamn, is you the crew of Zulu or is you the crew of goddamn Blackfeet? So, I'm just being 100 because I didn't research Zulu and I know what Zulu look like. And I ain't never seen no Shaka Zulu dressed up in no feathers like this or this, that, or the third. And I don't want to, but I do. I do. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked like they took a lot of effort into, putting their costumes together. And I have to give them credit on that. I wish they could have did something African. I do. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you to stick to your motherfucking word. If you say Zulu and people know what Zulu is, and then they see this, they say, well, what the fuck is this? Because this is not Zulu. You see, you dressed up like, some damn, some redneck Indians. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people gonna say this was us. This was us. And so I'm gonna deal with that later on when I deal with the mystic land of Mu. But, so I see, this is the theme, and they put a lot of effort, and I know our people, when it comes to colors and vividness, our people's is very profound, and it's amazing some of the, the costumes that they put together, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing. They didn't really put some effort into that, and I don't want to, take away from their effort. And, but, we still got to stick to the truth, and the truth is, and I'm going to come back up here, is that the 5 civilized tribes sided with the Confederacy in the defense of slavery. You see what I'm saying? I got to deal with that. We can't get away from that. You know what I'm saying? And so when we dealing with the fact that the Klux Klan under Albert Pike and old Judah Benjamin, heavyweights in the Confederacy and keeping our people enslaved, were co-founders of the Krewe of Comus, and the Krewe of Comus is basically the crew that designed the framework. Even though there was, celebrations before the Krewe of Comus, what you seeing today with the parades and the balls and shit, that come with the Krewe of Comus. And so that come under old Albert Pike and Judah Benjamin. You see, and also one of the major themes of this carnival, of this mass queer rave, you see what I'm saying, is the so-called Black Indian that you see dressed up and, and with the crew of Zulu, you know what I'm saying? And so understanding that the 5 civilized tribes sided with the Confederacy in defense of slavery. Why would they do that? Because they themselves held African slaves. They themselves held African slaves in servitude, in imprisonment. You understand what I'm saying? And when they were removed from Southeast United States on the Trail of Tears, they took many of their slaves with them over there to Oklahoma. That's what they did. You see? And so I have, I'm in amazement that Black people who claim to be Zulu and should just be Zulu, you understand what I'm saying, are dressing up in honor of of another slave master. You see, of another slave master. They don't talk about that. And it's evident that even the United States government, long after they had freed the slaves, on paper that the Indians still held slaves after signing the Emancipation Proclamation. You know, they still have slaves. So you see right here, the American Indian as slaveholder. You see? And secessionists. You see? You know? An omitted chapter in the diplomatic history of the Southern Confederacy. Now, this is another one right here. You see at the bottom where it said, in honor of those brave Cherokee Indians loyal to the Confederacy, 1861 to 1865, commanded by Colonel W.M.H. Thomas. Well, all five of them, all five of the civilized tribes worked with the Confederacy. Matter of fact, there were slave uprisings on the Indian plantations and so on. And so, they were also slave patrol that they were sent out to capture runaway slaves and so on and so forth. And so this part of the goddamn story not told. And so and so we had to bring this shit out. There's no way we're gonna be honoring these motherfuckers as if we are not them. And though, some of them, we're not them. We're not them. And we always honoring anything and everything. But since you say a Zulu and you dressed up as an Indian, then you get your goddamn back cracked, for perpetrating the fraud. Because that's what you did. That's what you did. Some beautiful costumes, though. And another thing that's attributed to the crew of Zulu is the blackface, where they dress up and put on blackface. Now, they say somehow that this is something different. You know what I'm saying? This is something different. I don't know what different about it. You know what I'm saying? This shit is just a blatant goddamn coon carnival. Just coon carnival. You got the Klan. You got the Klan on horseback. You got the Freemasons who were the slave masters. Shit. Thomas Jefferson, George Washington. All them motherfuckers had was some of the biggest slave owners on the goddamn on the planet. And and I see a lot of people say those exotic. I don't give a goddamn how exotic. They make slavery. They make slavery exotic for niggas. So they, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Getting some good, moving the furniture, dressing up in the belly of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Dressing up in the belly of the beast. We got to quit that. And sprinkling sugar on shit. That's what it's called, sprinkling sugar on shit. It might go down a little sweeter, but it's still shit. You see? And so you see right here, this is the Zulu. They dressing up in the goddamn blackface. Talking about what's different. You see, and then you got the old cat. Well, I forget his name. Who is that? Armstrong, Louis Armstrong? That might be old Louis. Is that Louis? Okay, that might be Louis. Up there, they got the leopard skin on, though. They got the leopard skin on, but they got the blackface. Nigga, if you black, you don't need to dress up in blackface. If you're black, what the fuck are you dressing up in blackface if you black? I don't understand that. You see? I don't understand that. And so this Cro-Magnon, I was at the carnival, and they let her dress up in blackface. See? This is what they do. And say, oh, this is not the same, you know what I'm saying? But it looked the same to me. It looked exactly the same to me. This shit is this is a serious attack. You know what I'm saying? But they let Becky come out there and do whatever she wants. You know what I'm saying? She get a pass to come out there and do this shit. You know what I'm saying? That just show you niggas where your heart at. And so you see old Louis Armstrong with the coon. He got the coon shot. That's what you call the coon shot, when the motherfucker show all 32 of their goddamn teeth in their mouth. The motherfucker, you can even see the ones in the deep back of that nigga mouth. He gonna show them, yes, massa. You know what I'm saying? And yes, massa. God damn it, yes, massa. I'm on it right now, massa. Yes, massa. Yes, massa. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it with a smile. You see, and so you see it right there now. You see it right there. You see it right there. So you see them coming down, and you see they got the wigs on their head. I mean, if you black and you already got the natural sacred, wool on your head, what you gonna go put a goddamn derogatory wig and put it on your head? And if your skin is already black or whatever shade it is, what the fuck you gonna go paint yourself? Man, them look like Cro-Magnums out there. Them ain't nothing but Cro-Magnums out there, man. They done let a lot of Cro-Magnums into the crew of Zulu, and they let them come out there and shit and dress up and shit and do this derogatory shit. So when you look at the side, that ain't nothing but blackface. Now look at this one. And so, he got the white eye, but he also got the red lip. And that's another one of the. And so you see these Cro-Magnums over there in Europe, right around what they call what's that? St. Nicholas Day. You see, St. Nicholas Day. And so they dressed up, and so the guy to the left, I don't know if he black or white, but if he black and he got enough nerve to put a wig on his head and he already got woolly hair, that's a sad nigga. That's a sad nigga to go out here. And so this is justification when they get niggas to go out here and do the things that black peoples is fighting for, you understand, and fighting against. And here you go and and you come out here, embarrass the race. And that's why we got to jump. We got to tie these goddamn Timberlands up. We got to get these army boots, and we got to get ready to deal with all type of buffoonery, coonery, crocotoses, nigger riders, and all the rest of this shit. We got to get with these niggas in 2022. Ain't no going soft on nobody. It's a hard way to go in 2022. Look at this Zulu tramps. I can't even agree with no shit like that. How in the hell you gonna desecrate a holy tribe of Africa, and you gonna come out here and then you come up here and you dress up and in all the regalia for the damn Indian? You didn't put all your work in that, and then you come out here and you desecrate and say, wait a minute, who out there? Is somebody out there acting silly? Is Pata out there? I got a moderator out there. I got to make sure everybody. Okay. Well, that's all right. Sometimes you got to let them cry. Who talking shit? What's his name? I'll deal with his ass. That's all right. I'll give me some more moderators on deck. You understand what I'm saying? I'll give me some more moderators on deck. Don't worry, I ain't gonna do it tonight. And so, when they get to crying when that shit hurt. They get to crying. I seen family said somebody was out there bumping their gums out there. What's their name? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, we good. All right. All right, we good. All right. All right. And so right here you see this got to be a Cro-Magnum. It got to be a Cro-Magnum. You know what I'm saying, up there? And you see the white hand spraying the bees. Got up there, desecrating. But they go out there and put they put their best on when they get ready to do the powwow shit. You know what I'm saying? And so family, I just wanted to come in strong. You know what I'm saying? And drop it down. It is what it is. I just wanted to make sure that y'all understood that this old Ku Klux Klan carnival was founded, you understand what I'm saying, by the clans. You know what I'm saying? And then niggas is down there in they best Kundaria outfits. You understand? Buffoon and blackface and walking Cro-Magnon, Ku Klux Klan, goddamn horses to the stable. You understand? And every goddamn thing else. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all better wake up out there. You know, hell I have never participated in the traditions of my enemies. And if I did, goddamn it, I woke the hell up and I cleansed my spirit of such buffoonery. You understand? In Kundaria. You see, I have not participated in the sick traditions or any traditions, because they all sick. Any traditions of the enemy. Wake up, family. Mardi Gras is just another sick festival of the European mind, celebrating the slavery of African people. I want y'all to wake up out there. This is the General Sara, Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. I got 2 more videos tonight. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.